Hello, my name's Julie from So Unique, and it's January the 10th today. It's Monday, and welcome to the first vlog for 2022. I will pop all the links down below where you can find me on social media. Oh, I'm most active on Instagram. Everything's falling over. And I have an Etsy shop and a website. So yes, welcome. Happy New Year to everybody. I must admit it's really nice to be back filming again. All the Christmas decorations are away. It's so nice to have the house tidy again. I think we were ready for putting the tree away. The tree went away, I think it was last Wednesday, yes, because when I came in from work, Jake had actually taken all the baubles off the tree and everything, which was good. So after I'd got in and had a cup of tea and that, we took the lights off and everything got packed away up into the loft. The tier tray, all the things on the tier tray and in the kitchen actually go into a box in my bedroom, so I can actually get them out early this year. But I haven't actually done a great deal, I must admit. I've had I don't know, funny time of it, December and sort of up to now in January, but whatever it was, my mood lifted at the weekend and I actually felt like crafting again. So I came out into my sewing room and I've actually tidied all my worktop off, and the worktop off on this side where my semi-industrial sewing machine is, and my overlocker is over there now. So I am raring to go and I'm ready. You'll have seen there's been one or two pictures at the beginning of the vlog of some bread and a quiche. I actually did that this morning and I had a bit of quiche for my lunch, which was really nice with a little bit of salad. But that'll be the last quiche now for a while because it is quite rich. Obviously it's not a healthy option to eat, is it? Especially when you use double cream. So that's all my cream gone now from Christmas. The quiche, I mean, I must admit it's really nice. It's cheese, bacon, tomatoes, lots of seasoning, garlic and things like that in it, and it is very, very tasty. I use usually Elmley, yeah, double cream, but the first one I made at Christmas, it was actually extra thick double cream, which made it even tastier, and 5 eggs, and it comes out perfectly. And I must admit it is so nice having a new cooker. Everything is cooking perfectly. It's just getting back into the habit of using a proper cooker. Which I haven't burnt anything yet, so we're okay. But yes, I've been doing a lot more sort of cooking and baking, sort of well, from before Christmas up until sort of now really, and I've been enjoying it. It's just been a nice change. I think that's probably what I needed. I just needed a bit of a change. Probably burnt myself out with sewing and crafting, and I just needed a bit of a break, which I've had. So yes, I'm raring to go now. I've got a few projects that I want to do, but yeah. So yeah, I hope everybody had a good New Year though. Hope you didn't get too drunk. Well, as you know, if you watched my last vlog, the New Year's Eve one, part of the family came down with COVID, and Adele was one of them. She's back to normal yesterday. Yesterday was her second day of negative testing. So she was so pleased, and she was so pleased to actually get out of her room and actually play with the cats. The cats have been a little bit confused over the last 10 days that I also had the sulk on with Adele because she couldn't go in Adele's bedroom because Elsa sleeps on Adele's bed at night. That is her sort of safe place, especially when the kids arrive. Yeah, and Bramble, I don't think she really knew what was happening because Adele couldn't fuss them or do anything with them. She just sort of was in and out of a room just for the bathroom really, and we took drinks into her and fed her. So yeah, so she was so relieved to get back to normal. But nobody else came down with it. There was just like Adele and the two granddaughters and my son, and that's been it, which I'm pleased. I'm pleased. That's all. So now we can get back to normal. Right, well, I have been doing a little bit of knitting. I sort of got myself back into it a little bit last week when I felt like it. But I've made a complete mess of everything, really. As you know, I was doing the Scraptacular light cowl colour work. It's quite easy to do, but you know, my mind wasn't really quite on it 100%, and I made a couple of mistakes. I made a mistake down here. I didn't continue with the blue. I put the cream in too soon, so and then last night I was knitting away because I've got 3 more rounds to do on the pattern before it's the sort of the plainer part. I'm not doing any of the colourwork dots in the top part because that's too faffy for me. Not doing that. And I thought, oh, you know, this is going to be finished soon. And then I looked at it and thought, there's something not right here because it goes zigzag. And I'd put another colour in. I should have continued in the blue, and I put another colour in, didn't I? So I had to rip that out. But that's where I've got. So yes, I'd missed here. I'd put the pink in, which I shouldn't have done. So this last zigzag is in the blue, and then I'm going to use this cream. As you can see, I've started putting it in. So that'll be sort of the next zigzag, but then it will continue up. So I've got another 2 rows of the pattern of the colour work to do, and then it's 9 rows of knitting, and then I think it's just the ribbing then. So that'll be good because I can just sit and knit and watch telly then, which is good. But I have enjoyed doing it. The colour work, my colour work's actually come out really well. I can't see any of the colours popping through, so I've obviously learnt something. And I probably will do another one. I've got plenty of yarn left, so I think somebody else will get one. But yeah, or I quite fancy just doing like a stripy one, something like that. So yeah, so watch this space. So there might be some more cows coming along. Well, the mini madness shawl. It has made me mad, I tell you. Oh dear, I don't know. When I was knitting away, I'm thinking to myself, I seem to have got more stitches on here than I should have, and this is what I've ended up with, and this is not the right shape at all. So it's been sat in the naughty corner for a week, and that is going to get ripped out tonight, I think, or tomorrow, and I am going to start again. I think what's happened is when I was making the eyelet, actually I think this part at the bottom is not right. Now I don't know if, because I didn't put a stitch marker on to show me which was the front, so I don't know if I've got myself turned round, because I'm sure it's not meant to be that shape. It goes off at a different angle, but then it goes out like that. But I think when I was doing the holes, you have to, what was it now? You have to wrap your yarn round. You're like decreasing. You're wrapping your yarn round and you're decreasing, I think. And then it says knit 2 together. Now, there's a comma there, so I should have done the yarn round and the knit 2 together, then do 2 together afterwards, and I think that would be it. But like I say, I've got far too many stitches on. It is not the right shape, so that is coming undone. So I have to start that again. That's what happens, you see, when you knit, when you know your mind's not with it. The next one I started on, is the hat. Oh, I'm getting in the right mess here, and I've managed to do the 5 inch of ribbon for the turn, and then the hat is in I think it's 2x2 rib. Yeah, I don't like doing rib at all. I don't mind doing it this, but this part I've made a mess. I have made a mess. I've done one row wrong and I can see it. So I don't know whether to rip that back and just knit it. I don't know if that would work, or whether to just ignore that bit and continue on with the pattern. But basically I've just got another 5-inch I think to do before I shape it, I think it is. So yeah, so that's been set in the naughty corner as well. But I will get it sorted out. I will. So I've actually started something else. Not knitting. I haven't crocheted for many years, actually. It could be 5-6 years since I last picked up the crochet hook, I think. I think so. Anyhow, I think like most people, we've been looking at our yarn stash and trying to think of something to do with it. And I know a lot of people do the mitered cornered blanket. Now, I did start one of them a few years ago, and I think I've got about a 10-inch square. So I haven't gone back to it in years now. I might finish that off and just make it up as a cushion cover or something like that, and keep it upstairs. We'll see, because the cats will just ruin it otherwise. So it's a case of, what can I do? Because I've got obviously a big box of 100-gram skeins of yarn, which are all really nice, which I've bought all them for me. So I don't know if I might do a bit of a de-stash or something this year, we'll see. But then I've got another box of, part of it is like mini skeins that I've bought for gifts, swaps, and I didn't do any swaps this year apart from one with my Instagram friend Dawn. And that's been it, because before now I have done several swaps at Christmas, things like that, and I didn't do anything, only like I say with Dawn. So I've got a big box full of little mini skeins and leftover little balls of wool from socks and shawls and whatever I've done in the past. So I thought, right, I would like to do a little bit of crochet, get sort of my hand back in to doing that. So I thought, right, well, I will do 2 strands. Took some yarn to work last week, found all little balls out and popped them in a bag with, and I forgot my crochet hook, didn't I? Because they're all packed away. Luckily at the shop I'd found a crochet hook, and I used a 3.5mm. Made a start, and I couldn't get on with it at all, and I just sort of unravelled my yarn again and thought, I can't do this is silly. And then I had a cup of tea and thought, no, come on, you can do this. And I thought, try a smaller hook. So I went down to a 3mm and 2 strands of yarn, and it was fine. So I did some granny squares, and I've like done 5 rounds on a granny square, and actually my tension is not too bad. I was actually quite pleased. So yeah, so I've got this little pile of granny squares, and what I'm planning on doing is, I think in a minute I'm going for 10x10, so that is 100 squares, and I want to do 1 square a day, and then I'm going to join them together, and I think I'm going to join them together with probably a cream yarn. I think that will probably be better. So I will show you what I've done. So these are, like I say, 2 strands of yarn. So that's that one. And they have turned out really nice. And I've got no ends. I've stitched all my ends in as I've gone along. And yeah, some of these are a little bit darker. But, you know, I've just put colours together, which I probably wouldn't have done before. But my stash will start to go down a little bit. Now, some of my little yarn balls were quite small, so I've had to put, I've ended up sort of using like 4 little balls and sort of tagging them on, which is fine. I'm not bothered by that. I just want some little blanket that I can probably keep in the living room. I have to keep the cats off it, like, but yeah, and I've really enjoyed it. And I'm sort of not having a set time of day where I'm going to do it. I might do one in the morning before I go to work. I might do it at night. I might just take some yarn to work. What I did think of doing was just getting a little plastic bag, filling it up with yarn, and then keeping it in my handbag and just taking it to work. And then, like, when I get to work in the morning, I can just, sit down for half an hour or something, have a nice cup of tea and do a square. Then it's done with then. So it could take me a while if I do one a day. I mean, obviously, one day I did 6, I think, while I was sat watching television last week. I did that, and yeah, some days I've done 2. So yes, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I've got 12 squares. So that's good. So I'm really pleased with that, and I'm actually pleased that my tension is actually quite good. So yeah. So wish me luck with that. Nothing's gone wrong with this so far. I must admit, I've had the other. Oh, what was it? Sunday night, Saturday night. I was sat there. I don't think I was concentrating, and I think I missed my sort of where you join on, and I've just gone round thinking, well, where's the start here, and not concentrating. So it was a bit of a funny shape. So I had to frog that one back, start again, and then I was watching something on the telly, and I did it wrong again. So 3rd time, unpicked it, thought, right, concentrate this time, and off I went, and that was it. We were good to go. So yeah, I'm really enjoying that because it's something a little bit different than what I normally do. So I think what I'm going to do now is go and get a cup of tea, and then I've got a few more bits to share with you, which I'll do very, very shortly. I've got a bit of machine embroidery that I'm doing, so what I'll do is I'll actually pop that in next. I am doing some little decorations for Easter to go in my Etsy shop. So there's going to be like an Easter egg, a bunny, and I'm going to do a heart with flowers in. So you will see that next, and I will show you the end result when I come back on. Well, I'm back. I've had a nice cup of tea and this is the finished result. So I think these have turned out really well, and the egg and the bunny will be in my Etsy shop probably tomorrow. The heart, that's going to go in probably in a day or two, because I would like to do a red heart and then a red and white heart. So that will come into my Etsy shop a bit later on this week, but I've really enjoyed that, so I can't wait to actually make some of these decorations for my tray. So I'm looking forward to that, and probably to decorate the, I don't know, the kitchen window up maybe. So yeah. Right, well, I'll just pop these down. The next thing I'm going to show you is I've had a delivery of fabrics in. Well, I've actually had two in, two separate times, and I never got a chance to share any. One before Christmas and one actually came in, I think it was last week, end of last week. And then I've got something else coming in probably this week, just some pack quarters. So yeah, I will share these with you, and these will be going into my, no, not my shop, my website this week. So the first one is some Dinosaur Flannel. So this is really nice, and it's actually not too expensive, this one. This is like a sale one. So yeah, I really like that. It makes a nice pair of pyjamas. Especially if your children like dinosaurs. So that's one of them. The next one is a very nice bright and fruity one. It's all fruit, so you've got your bananas and your pears and oranges and apples, plums and cherries, strawberries. So that is very, very, well, I'd say summery, but all these fruits are actually out all year round, aren't they? So that would make a nice project. You could even fussy cut that for some English paper piecing. Now the next one, Kevin likes this one. Now this should have come in, oh gosh, before November last year, but it didn't. And this is hurricanes and Spitfires. So this is perfect for anybody's husband, boyfriend, dad, granddad who likes aeroplanes, especially the Hurricane and the Spitfire. So, and this is lovely quality fabric. I can see Kevin might want a shirt out of this. I'll start dressmaking again. Oh dear. And the next one, I've actually got these fabrics. They come in a fat quarter bundle, but I think it's the American fat quarter bundle, or you can actually buy it off the bolt, because I ended up with both. I ordered the fabric on the bolt, and I'd forgotten I'd already ordered some fat quarter bundles, which I shouldn't have done that, but I did. So this is a pet, I think it's just called a pet bundle. So this one is just of cats, and the colour is a nice, I don't know, maybe a sagey green, but it's just cats and flowers, which is really nice. And then the next one is a sausage dog. Now that's very, very cute. And the next one, this one is all cats again, but it's on like a mauve background. I think the colour on screen is what the colour actually is. I found this one very, very difficult to actually photograph, but it is lovely. And the next one is cats and dogs, and a nice blue. So that looks nice. And the last one, it's like a bluey grey background, and it's got a couple of different breed of dog on there. So these would make lovely project bags, or cat and dog bandanas, or anything, project bags, any kind of bags, poop bags, anything like that. Yes, so these fabrics will be on the website as soon as I can get them on. I'm hoping to try and get them on tomorrow, but if I can't, it'll be this week because they're actually all photographed. I just need to find a little bit of time just to get them loaded onto the website. So I hope you enjoyed looking at them. I can't wait to make something. I'm not sure what I'm going to make at the minute, but I am definitely going to make something. So I will catch you all a little bit later. And has anybody got any sewing plans for January? Are you starting any new projects or are you finishing off whips? I think when January comes, a lot of us decide to try and get some whips finished, and that's what I'm going to do. I don't make New Year's resolutions because I never stick to them, and then I get cross with myself for not sticking to them. But I don't know. I don't know whether I'm just going to do this for January or I'm just going to continue on these two projects until I've actually finished them, because they need to be done. Now, some of you might remember this project. I think it might be from a couple of years ago, but I did start a Beatrix potter quilt, and that's one of them. That's one of the panels. I think, I'm not sure if I'm going to do put some sashing on these or not. I can't remember what I'd got planned. But yeah, so it's like a bit like a technique quilt, I think. So I'm not going to do a very big one. Just something to be able to sit on top of the bed or on the settee. So that's 2 panels done, and that's the 3rd panel done. So I've only got three panels done, and I think I need 20 altogether. 25, 4. Yeah, I think it's 4 by 5 at 12 inch. Yeah, so I've got a few more to do, so I'm going to try and work on that a little bit. I've got plenty of Beatrix potter fabric, so there's no shortage there. I've got the background fabric because the backing I used was like a grey and white sort of spot. So that's one thing I'm going to be doing. And the next thing I'm going to be doing, I think I started this last year. It's an English paper piecing quilt using Liberty fabric. And I've got 1 panel done. So yet again, this is about the same size as the Beatrix potter one. Just probably for the top of the bed. It's got to be somewhere where the cats can't ruin it, because with this being Liberty fabric, I certainly don't want the cats on it. But yeah, I've got that one sort of done. I haven't stitched it on yet, so that's another one to do. And then I've got one made up, 2. And these are all quite a lot of blues, so there's 3. No, that's 4. Because I had a blue pack of Liberty fabric, if you remember. There's another one, 5. And then the last one, 6. So that gives me 7 altogether. So I need a few more. So what I'm going to try and do, maybe this week, is get some fabric cut out and actually start and get the hexagons stitched on. So that is a job for this week. And this is the bag I'm keeping sort of all my scrap bits in and my hexagons. Now, by the looks of it, I have got actually quite a few hexagons here made up. Just let me... I've got a nice little pile. So this is going to be something I can work on. I can take to work, because it's winter. It's going to be a little bit quiet in the shop. But I have got a few jobs to do. Oh, so that's one I've put together. So I've got that nice little pile. But it is mainly blues. Now I can't actually find the pack of fabric, so I'll have a look on my little shelf here to see if it's there. But I have got a basket full of Liberty fabrics. Now these aren't small pieces in here, these are metre pieces. So I've actually got quite a bit of Liberty fabric. So that's actually quite a lot of money in this basket. So I want to actually start using it up. I have got some plain fabrics in there, but like I've got some small bits, little bits like this, and I've got probably some more in there. But like I've got the nice red strawberry thief. I've got these gorgeous mushrooms, or toadstools, whatever you want to call them. And I've got some nice pale flowers and, you know, some very, very pretty colours. There's some like lemons in there. So I'm going to try now and incorporate some other colours and try and get away from the blue a bit. Mind you, I'm alright saying that because that's got blue in it, hasn't it? Try and get some other colours. And I've actually got some more scraps of Liberty fabric somewhere. Oh, they're over on the other side, which would be enough to do, definitely to do some hexagons. So that is my plan. And thinking about it, I think I'd like to actually continue with these 2 quilts until they're finished. So wish me luck, see how we get on. But I am going to be doing other sewing in between time, because like things like the crochet and the hexagons I can take to work, just stick it in my bag and I can actually stitch the hexagons together. So that'll be a bit of exercise for my hand. So that's what's going to keep me busy for January. So what is going to keep you busy for January? Leave me a message down below and tell me what you're doing. It'd be nice to know what other people are doing. Are you scrap busting? Are you on a wool ban, fabric ban, or whatever? I'm not banning myself from anything this year. It doesn't always work. I'm not that good, especially on the fabric, because that is my main thing, is sewing. I like my fabric, so there's no ban on there. As for yarn, I will have to sort of just be careful what I buy. You buy what I really, really need, because I have got some beautiful yarns in my stash and I need to use them up. Because knitting is just a bit of a hobby. It's just something to do in an evening or as and when I feel like it. But, you know, I've got some projects on the go and I am going to try and stick at it and get them finished without any more mistakes. So I think what I'm going to do now, because it's getting on for tea time, I'm going to round this vlog off. And I just want to say thank you for joining me today. And it's great to be back vlogging again. And I will see you all again next week. So take care, everybody, and bye for now.